Okay, join me here in Nick's garage. We're gonna count all the Hemis in my shop.
So how many Hemis has Nick got? The answer even surprised him.
Hi, I'm Nick. Welcome to my shop. You know, I just want to say I've got a few Hemis, 3 generations of Hemis in my shop, and I want to count them today with you guys. Hemis is one of my favorite engines. I grew up with them. I've always had a Hemi, and I've always worked with them for forever since I was in the teens. Ever since I bought that Hemi Cuda I bought with my brother back in 1974, and ever since then I've been working on Hemis with customers, friends, my personal Hemi, and of course my projects. So our recent one that came into our shop is 71 Hemi Cuda. Yes, this is a 426, which is fuel injected. It's a beautiful car, and it came in for a couple of things to be repaired. So this is what you call a 426. It's called a second generation Hemi. This is a 426. As you can see, the distributor's in the front. It's got the valve covers with the spark plug wires in, and it's called Gen 2, second generation. The thing is, I want to get it started later on, so I can check for noises underneath the valve cover and also repair the oil leak on the valve cover gaskets. Yes, you know, we made a list on this, and we're still not done with it. We have a few things to be done on it. We got it started. So the next thing I got to do is remove the valve covers, get that oil leak fixed on the valve cover gasket, and of course, see what that tapping noise is underneath the valve cover. This one is different because it's got fuel injection on it. You know, they came with 2 full barrel AFB carburetors. And of course, you know, a lot of people have gone into fuel injection on these old engines. It could be anything, any engine. It could be Hemi, a 440, small block Chevy, big block Chevy, whatever. But since the Hemi came with 2 full barrels, they installed 2 throttle bodies to make it look like 2 full barrels, which it is exactly the same thing, but not carburetor, but electronic fuel injection. Another thing that 426 Hemis never came from the factory with an AC unit, air conditioning, but this has been aftermarket and installed on a Hemi, which is very unique. You know, some people like to stay cool in the hot weather. So if your choice, want it to have installed, there it is. So there you have it, my first Hemi in my shop. So now let's go see the rest. Here's another well-known Hemi that I've had in my shop for a couple of years. I've also had it displayed in Carlisle, Pennsylvania, and in Toronto. This has the carburetors like the factory. This is a 528 Hemi, also known as Gen 2, second generation, except it's got the bigger pistons, bigger stroke. And of course, it looks exactly like a 1970-71 detail. I built it just for the fun of it, just to put on display into my shop and show it off on the car shows I went to. You know, I detailed it. You know, whenever I had saved parts for years and years, then I said, you know, one day I'll build it, put it all together, and here she is. I have it on display, and it's finally sold to a good friend of mine that's going to go into a 68 Roadrunner. It's going to be staying in the gang, and you know, you'll see it once in a while. So this is cool. There's Hemi. There's another one, Gen 2, generation, second generation. And here we have another Hemi. This is a 572 Hemi, pretty big, and it belongs to Gaetan. And this is also a second generation Hemi. With the aluminum valve covers, 2 Holley carburetors. Yeah, this one's fixed up. It's got over close to around 700 horsepower, 572 cubic inch. Here it is, another one. This is the one Gaetan bought on Facebook, sight unseen, and just bought it and got it to the shop, and we did a few repairs on it, and here she is now, all complete. Second generation Hemi again. Holley carburetors. This is custom work. It's got a dual plane intake manifold with 2 Holley carburetors, double pumpers, and it's fancy air cleaners. Yep, second generation. You never have too many Hemis. And I'm showing all the engines all at the same time, same day here in my shop. So let's keep going around the shop, see how many more there are. Here's another Hemi, Gen 2 generation, second generation again. This is another Hemi that belongs to Bill from Ontario, who works for National Mopars. So we built this one for him, and we're just waiting for the rear cover to come in so we can dyno test it and have it delivered. So here's another Hemi. This is a True Blue 426 Hemi. And this is a standard board. We're starting off with a brand new block that Bill has rotated. And then from there on, he bought new cylinder heads, supplied all the parts. All we did was put it together and then just waiting for the second carb to come in so we could dyno test it. Finding carburetors for an original Hemi, they're not easy to come by. And if you do find them, they're not cheap, let me tell you. When you find them, just buy them because they don't make carburetors. And if you want the real thing, you gotta buy the genuine piece. If they're out there, if you get them, buy them. I remember back in 1975 when I had the Hemi Cuda, there was a Hemi for sale complete with the automatic transmission, chrome air cleaner, exhaust manifolds, and I paid $800 for a complete setup back in 1975 in the city of LaSalle. So I brought it home in the back seat in the trunk of a Toyota Corolla. It was funny, I took the cylinder heads, I put them in the back seat, I put the intake of the carburetors, the air cleaner in the front seat, and I also squeezed the back seat, the automatic transmission, and also the short block assembly in the trunk. Bringing it back home, the steering was very light on the Toyota Corolla, so I had to come home nice and easy. But when you find a deal like that for $800, you just jump on it, you buy it, and you bring it home. And right next to Bill's Hemi, we have another Hemi here from Windsor, Ontario, which belongs to Ross. And this is a 528 Hemi, again, second generation. We're going to get it running. It is a 528 cubic inch with aluminum heads. And of course, we see a full barrel single plane on it, but we're just going to get it started, run it on the dyno, because this one here, Ross is bringing in a big blower so we can get 1,000 plus horsepower. We'll give it a shot, see how it goes. After all, do you want 1,000 horsepower? He's got the blower, he's going to bring it in when the time comes. And then we'll set it off on the dyno, get it running on a full barrel. If everything goes well, we'll take off the full barrel, go with the blower, and we'll take it from there. I never had a blower on a Hemi on the dyno, so this is going to be a first. And it's going to be a 528, not a 426, a 528. So this will be something I can't wait to see on the dyno. And then when it's done with it, it's going to put it into a 1969 Dodge Dart. And Ross wants that big blower sticking out of the hood. I wonder if he's going to have a hood, I'm not sure. But a 69 Dart, small car, big engine. Wow. Ross, good luck. And here we have another Gen 2 Hemi in the shop. So here, we have another one here. A second Hemi Cuda. Matching engine to the car. Robert's been working on it, doing some detailing on it. Again, this is a matching engine, 1970 Hemi Cuda, 426, second generation. There's another one in my shop. Hemi Cuda is very special to me because I had one for 27 years. I enjoyed it, I raced it, I cruised it, I've done everything with it. And I enjoyed every minute of it when I was driving that car. And of course, racing it. And they're incredibly rare. This one being white is a rare piece. I got a 71 black. I got a white one here, 1970, in white. We had the engine pulled out of the car because, my customer just bought it and it was not nice. It was an older restoration, but the detail was not all there. So we had to remove the engine, the transmission, the suspension, and of course all the brake lines, the fuel lines, the gas tank. Why? Because when this car came here, the whole underbelly was all thick black undercoating. Everything was covered. So we had to do something to make it look nice, more presentable. Being a matching number engine to a Hemi Cuda, this rare, it deserves to have top quality work on it. We also had a shop that came in here, a specialist that did ice blasting. And they started doing ice blasting to remove all the tar underneath the car. There was a lot of work involved. And of course, we had to remove the engine, the transmission, suspension, so many pieces. So then after when we had all that removed and cleaned, we had the car sent to a body shop to have the underbelly primered and painted white, just like the way it was done at the factory. Now it looks so good that my customer really loves this car. This is what a Hemi Cuda deserves. My brother and I have been racing Hemis for a long time. This is his 1970 Dodge Challenger with a Hemi in it. And he runs his A stock automatic with a 426 Hemi. Again, second generation. Here's the block. We just received a new set of pistons, so we're going to put it together for this winter, have it ready for summer. So here's another Hemi, second generation. We've taken it apart a few times. We try to do updates on it every year. Also, this is a 426 cubic inch. This one here goes up to 8,000 RPMs. And this engine's got a few Wally trophies with my brother. And you know, he's running in its already stalker. Last year it didn't run because we didn't have any, the engine wasn't ready last year. So now we got a few pieces together. We did some RD on it. So we're hoping to get it done by this winter. And again, hit it back on the dyno and hit those high RPMs again. And hopefully I make the horsepower we're looking for. Well, we were also known for many, many years as the Hemi brothers or the Moper brothers, but more likely the Hemi brothers because at that time there weren't too many Hemis running in the street and we were the ones most commonly used with the Hemi on the streets. And you know, we had another Hemi that came in a month ago. Somebody bought a brand new Hemi block and he's buying pieces and he's brought it here for me to assemble it. Another second generation. Let's take a look. We're keeping count. I think I lost count already. Okay, here's the second generation Hemi that belongs to Jocelyn. It's a brand new block. He just brought it in about a month ago. My job is to put it all together. Meanwhile, he's running around buying all the pieces so I can get it done completely for him. This is a second generation. This is also a brand new block and also be staying as a 426 cubic inch. He's also supplied me with all the pieces. Here's the oil pan. There's the cylinder heads. Distributor. And of course, oil pump, timing chain, spark plug tubes, and so forth. And he's still running around to get all the parts. So here's another one, second generation Hemi, right here. And of course, there's his intake manifold that belongs to the engine, factory, 2 full barrels, and he's also going with carburetors. And then I have another brand new block. It's a spare block. If my brother wants to build a second generation Hemi, which is right here, wrapped up in a green bag, right here. That's a brand new block. Waiting to get built maybe sometime next year. You know, there's a few Hemi blocks that were not bought recently. They've been bought a while back, you know, years back. I don't know when Justin bought his. My brother bought him 6-7 years ago from Chrysler. Bill from National Mopeds and the other Hemi, I don't know, he came in with a brand new block. I don't know when he bought it or how he bought it. So, but you know what? From what I see, they always end up in my shop. After all, I've done so many Hemis in my life. I've always worked on Hemis. I love the Hemis and I know them pretty well and they're all right here. So we just came up with 9 second generation Hemis in my shop. And we also have 2 also generation 3 Hemis. Here is a Hellcat, belongs to my nephew. It's a 6.2 supercharged Hemi in there, Gen 3. And it's here now just for storage, but it's been fixed up and it runs high 9 seconds and a quarter mile. It belongs to my nephew Sam, and it's a hell of a car, man, let me tell you. And then we also have another one we're working on, which is in the engine room. Let's take a look. Here's another generation 3 Hemi, also 6.2 supercharged Hellcat engine. Here's the second one. This is also a Gen 3 engine. So that makes 2 of those. Yeah, and this is just for some repairs. We had the connector rods and the pistons replaced. This one had a little hole in the block, but it was repaired. This one also belongs to a Hellcat Challenger also. So that's 11 Hemis right now. We have 9 Gen 2, 2 Gen 3, and now let's go see Gen 1, where it all began. This is the Grandpa of Hemis. This is a 1956 354 Hemi. There it is. It's called the Chrysler Firepower. This is where it all started, right here. 1956 Gen 1, first generation. Well, it's got a hemispherical chamber. In other words, you got the chamber and you have one valve faces the other one. In other words, like a V, upside down V. So they're not side by side or canned head, which are side by side valves, or they're tilted. This is one valve over to the other side, which makes it a hemispherical chamber. So there you have it. We have a dozen Hemis in my shop, and this is Hemi Heaven in Nick's garage. You know, I don't know if anybody else has more Hemis in the shop, and these engines belong to customers, friends, and family. So just think about it. We got a dozen Hemis here under one roof. Is that something or what? I'm just a little shop in Quebec. Not bad, eh? I started building engines in my basement of my parents' house. And those days I was younger. And, you know, we had to carry the engine out of the basement, out to the garage, out on the back alley, where it all started. And, you know, it was something foolish I used to do often, is that the whole engine was completely assembled, okay? And it's almost 700 pounds without the exhaust manifolds and without the carburetors. And we used to have it sitting in the basement, then we had to carry it out and go maybe 30, 40 yards to get to the garage. And I used to have the whole engine assembled. And then I used to put 4 long bolts on the cylinder head, about 6 inches long, use them as handles to carry the engine. And what I used to do often is, the doors were so narrow in the basement, it was not easy. So there would be 2 guys on one end, one holding 2 hands on one bolt, another guy with 2 hands on the other bolt. And I used to be all alone, front or back, with 2 long bolts. And the 3 of us would carry the engine, carry it out into the back alley and install it into the car with my Hemi Cuda. You know, I had 2 Hemis. I had a 66 Hemi I bought out from LaSalle, like I mentioned earlier, and the matching engine that I had to bring it back into the basement and put it in storage while I built the 66 and then put it back in the car. Yeah, you know, we didn't have any buggy to roll the car. We used to carry it with heavy bolts, heavy duty bolts, made grade 8 so they wouldn't bend. Yeah, those were the days where it was hard labor. Today, would I do it again? No, I would not carry it at my age right now, but I did back then. And what was it? 426 Hemi, 2nd generation. Who knows? You know, maybe I would have been bugged with caught the bug with the Chevy, but I ended up with a Hemi Cuda, and you know, it's just a fluke. You know, I didn't have anything favorite or GM, Ford, or Chrysler. I loved them all. But, you know, we were looking through the papers. That time was newspapers. There was no internet back in 1974. And my brother Jimmy found the Hemi Cuda for sale for $5,000 then. That was a lot of money then. So I had to sell my Challenger, the 383 RT. My brother Philip had a Boss 302 Mustang. He sold that. And with some cash between the 2 of us, we bought the Hemi Cuda together and have had it for so many years together. And of course, we enjoyed it. And you know, ever since then, I had the Mopar bug. Everybody known me for that. And of course, I started working on full 40s and everything else in between. And of course, there are a couple of Chevys and Fords at the same time. But this is what I grew up with, the 2nd generation Hemi. Do I love them? Yes. They're all great engines. All American V8s are great engines. But one of my favorites is the 426 Hemi. And of course, since I've had it for so many years, I chose it to be my favorite. You know, I don't know how many more Hemis I'll be building in the future. They just keep coming into my shop. They don't stop. But in the meantime, I'll work with what I got right now. Try to finish every project I have in mind. After all, that's what I'm here for. If I still have my energy, I'll keep going. So here we are, back where we started. So we went through it and we got a dozen Hemis in my shop. Generation 1, Generation 2, and Generation 3. That's 1 dozen Hemis under one roof in my shop. What do you think? And who knows what Chrysler might have up their sleeves? Would they have a Generation 4 coming up? Who knows? And you guys, if you look down below the video, we have a whole bunch of merchandise that you guys can buy. So whatever you like, buy it, love it, wear it, and enjoy it. And help spread the word of Nick's Garage. And if you have some time, check out our Patreon page. We have extra content and you guys can watch it and take it from there. And we'll see you next time.